But overall, we know one when it comes down to quarterback play and whatnot, we have not had great quarterback play.
No,
Almost went.
both teams have had.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, bro. Cade's worst game outbeats our best game as a team.
No, I don't doubt that.
Like I looked at the stats, bro. I was about to say something in the Clemson chat. Not even gonna lie to y'all, because I gotta go troll a little bit. I was about to say something about Cade. I said, you know what? Let me take 2 seconds. Let me take an extra 2 seconds. Step back. He could tell you. I was talking to him when I did it. I said, let me take an
He
extra
was
2
about
seconds.
to. He was about to be like, listen.
And then
If we're
I
gonna talk
looked
about
at Cade's
quarterback
stat
play,
line. Cade's worst stat line was 195. Our best as a team is 172. As a team so far. So I proceeded to step back, press the delete button, and erase all Cade Klubnik mission from said comment because no.
Let's even be real. So, even being real, based off of what we know now, because between both of these teams, and this article says it best, like chapelboro.com said it best: stoppable force versus stoppable force.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Because they were talking about stopping the run. I said, stop the run, have fun. I said, stop the run, have some fun, soak in the sun, demand June for 6. There it is. I told you I was going to get it. I told you I was going to get it.
So it says, and quote, Saturday's game will be a meeting of two of the worst offenses in the nation. UNC and Clemson rank 15th and 17th respectively in the ACC in scoring offense, with the Tigers being the only team in the league averaging fewer than 20 points per game. The Tigers are slightly better in total offense as their 365 total yards per game still far outpaces UNC's paltry 263. Comfortably the worst in the league. Neither team is particularly efficient through the air. Clemson 12th in the ACC, UNC 17th, or on the ground, Clemson 11th, UNC 12th. Both teams are also dreadful on third down attempts. Clemson converts 36% of its third downs, 101st in the FBS, while UNC sits at 34.7, which is 107th. So at the end of the day, like these are
this is bad versus bad.
It is
like I'm gonna be objective, bro. This is bad versus bad.
Because really, at the end of the day, it's gonna be it's who's gonna be less disappointing.
You know what it's gonna come down to? It's gonna come down to one or two things. Either A, who makes that turnover, that key turnover, because you know what's gonna happen, or B, who just does not execute. Like, who executes worse after? And this is based off what we already do standardly. Who executes worse? And the simple fact
who's going to come out flatter?
The simple fact of the matter that Clemson has the lowest points per game. Is that what you said? In the ACC?
Yes. Only team in the league averaging less than.
Oh no. As bad as we have, wait, so you mean to tell me, as bad as we are, we average more points per game than Clemson?
We average at least 20.
Yo.
So yeah. and they even pointed out Klubnik's struggles this season. Because last year he threw 36 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, and through 4 games this year, he's almost equaled his interceptions from last year, and is throwing at a career worst 60% completion percentage.
Oh no!
So he's
regressing.
So he's regressing, and people are wondering. People have been calling for them to replace Klubnik with whoever else is on the squad because they don't think he's going to be able to do it.
Does Klubnik have one more year, or is he going out the draft this year?
I think this is his senior year.
I was about to say, I thought this was his senior year, so it don't even matter. You might as well just let him finish it out, see what happens. Unless he just starts doing so bad that you have to go ahead and get the next dude ready for next season.
Oh, yeah, in my opinion, I'm going to say it like this. At the end of the day, with the quarterback decision on our end, you might as well start Max Johnson, because at the end of the day, Clearly, Geno can't push the ball downfield. He's been off target. He's a little too antsy in the pocket. It's just not happening. And on top of that, with him being hurt, you might as well give Max the opportunity. If you
He's
don't,
doing that, and not only that, Freddie Kitchens doesn't know how to call plays for him. Let's keep it a
Freddie
bean.
Kitchens is. So let's go ahead and speak on the offensive coordinators from both squads at this point.
You've been waiting.
Let's go ahead.
You've been waiting to do this.
Go ahead.
I can see the eyes. I can see the eyes.
Because I've been on this whole bad offensive coordinator thing for the last couple of weeks.
You've been waiting to say this.
So let's just go ahead. Let's just keep it a buck real quick. Both offensive coordinators should be fired by the end of the season. You should not pretend.
QGR.
Alexa.
Not Alexa even knows. Hey, Freddie Kitchens heard you and you went after your Alexa. That's what that was. Freddie Kitchens.
I don't care what he does. I said what I said.
Freddie Kitchens don't play that, right?
I said what I said.
Hey,
if nothing else,
y'all heard the man. If
nothing else, both offensive coordinators should at minimum job be on the line. When I tell you, seats should be on fire by the end of the season. Because there is no way.
Like soaked in kerosene on fire? Like fuego?
Kerosene? No, diesel.
Is diesel more flammable?
Burn and stay burning.
Oh God. You are adamant.
But no, because here's my problem. We have seen in the two games that Max Johnson actually hit the field, we have seen two different kinds of play calling. Because it's like you pick these plays specifically for Geo that don't look coordinated. They're not very coordinated at all. Then on Clemson's side of things, you don't make play calls based off a situation. You make play calls because this is what I wrote on a script, and I'm going to follow the script to a T. You shouldn't be running deep routes on a 3rd and 2 in the red zone. You should be running deep routes on a 4th and 2 in the red zone. If you're going for it on 4th and 2, get a route that's going to get you a first down quick. Don't go out here and put yourself in a worse situation because you've already seen that your offensive line isn't holding up well enough in pass blocking to get your quarterback the read that he wants. Then when you're running these deep routes, because they're expecting you to go to guys like Bryant Wesco or some of your deep, because Clemson's known for having deep play receivers, is known for that. So why would they want you to try to attack them underneath, but you don't? So if you only need less than 5 yards, get the 5 yards and keep the situation moving.
So you said it, you spoke on it, and I've had an issue with this with coordinators for years. I've had an issue with this with coordinators for years. Script versus flow. I hate it. I hate it so much to a T. I can't stand it. I don't desire it. And I've seen so many coordinators, both in college and the NFL, do this, and it pisses me off because you will have a script. And I understand you're like, hey, yo, this is our first series. This is the script we're going with. Blase, 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 blase. These are the first couple plays we're going with. Blase, 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 bro. However, when you have a coordinator or a head coach who also is doing coordination duties, go through this script, and it's like, regardless of whether we are up 10, down 10, or whatever the case may be, sticking to the script, especially when it's not working or it doesn't make sense, I can't stand it. For case in point, this weekend, Carolina Panthers had 3 plays on 3rd and 15. You know what we did? Halfback draws. That doesn't make sense. And Freddie Kitchens did this with Geo. There were multiple times where it's like, you don't have to run this play right now. Geo either ends up sacked or throwing it away. And it's like, why would you call that play in this certain situation? And even with Max Johnson to an extent, there were certain times, Max Johnson came down, he put up some scoring drives of the best drive we had in our last game, and this, that, and the third. But it's like, why is your play calling so different? And then not only that, why is it you try to stick to this script so bad I get maybe the first 2 drives you have a script. But the moment the script goes out the window or it's not working, you got to go off flow and not the script. Once you get back ahead, then you could probably go back to your script and be like, all right, now we're back on track. Now we're back with where we want. Let's see if we can do this. But once your script goes out the window and you're down, it ain't work and you're down, or they've scouted out that script and they know that's what you like to do. Sorry, sir. Hey, throw it out the window. It's got to go.
The other question is you have, because I'm bringing another professional thing in, because Atlanta recently decided to move their offensive coordinator from the box to the field. And after watching this previous game, that move made sense because, and according to the players themselves, one, it gave them more confidence as a team because now they're able to directly come off the field, talk to the coordinator, see exactly what he's seeing. Then you can talk about how you want to execute from there. You can make the adjustments you need to make because now you have a better communication with your coordinator. It also makes me wonder, okay, coordination wise, are you talking to your quarterbacks? Are you talking to anybody else on the field to at least let them know, okay, what are we doing? What am I seeing? What are you seeing? Because anytime I look over on the sideline or we see a clip on the sideline, we don't see anybody holding the phone talking to nobody. We don't see them, like we may see them looking at the little iPad and talking to a position coach or something, but you don't see them on the phone talking to the coordinator. Coordinator's not saying nothing to nobody. So how in the world are we going to sit here and tell you we need to make an adjustment if we're not talking to each other?
There's not only that, there's also the aspect of, okay, coordinator at the top of the booth, right? Top of the field. Hey, tell my player this is what I want. Coach that has to pass the message passes it, but says it in a different verbiage. Because he says it in a different verbiage, quarterback or whoever receives it differently because just the verbiage is different. You and I played the game telephone. Yeah. And not only that, we've taught the people. We know how words can mean different things. Like saying I'm cool to one person could mean something else to somebody else.
Oh yeah, we know exactly how it looks like exchanging information from multiple people down the road. By the time you get to the end of the road, somebody's going to have screwed up the information.
And it's like, all right, coach, it's like, what's your coordinator name? I'm sorry, I forget. For Atlanta.
Zach Robinson.
Yeah. So it's like Zach Robinson says, hey, run it flat out. Run it flat out when you get there. That could mean when Zach Robinson says it, Michael Penix could read that as like, oh, he means, or is the receiver's like, let's say it's Bijan running into the flat or something. He's like saying run it flat out. That could mean, okay, make it sharp the way he likes, sharp into the flat. Whereas if an assistant coach tells him that Bijan having a relationship with that coach, when he says run it flat out, he's like, oh, that means he means run it straight up the seam. Because flat out could mean different from how that assistant coach says it. Even though they said the same exact words, who it comes from can mean a different thing.
Because even Zach himself was like, shoot, I should have made this decision forever ago. I should have just been down here in the first place. Because like I said, now you have a direct line of communication. My biggest problem is what you're seeing from both of these teams I think it's a mixture of pride and an identity, and
pride is the devil,
and having that pride is not allowing you to make the adjustments that you need to make. I get,
and I think you got a hold on me.
And I get, like with Clemson's situation, yeah, for the last several years, you've been known as a decently balanced. We're going to run it on you until you stop it, and then we have a good enough quarterback and a great enough receiver room that we're going to beat you over the top once you get sucked in. Because I even put on the key players for this upcoming game. Cade Klubnik is not one of them.
Oh, for sure not.
Cade Klubnik's not one of them from coming on the Clemson's end. And we already know on our end right now, unless you put Max in,
hey,
quarterback
it ain't Gio. It ain't Gio.
It's like, no disrespect. It ain't Gio. Because Gio's main problem that I've definitely seen over the last 4 weeks has been he does not read the field. He does not give himself enough time or enough confidence to scan the field and find an actual open receiver.
I
When he
don't think
does
I
find
would
them,
say
it's
this.
either
I
too
don't think
late.
he trusts the field, what he sees.
I don't think he does.
I don't think he trusts. I don't think he either A, doesn't trust himself to make the throw, or he doesn't trust the receiver's gonna get to what he sees. It's one of those two.
And both things can be true. And the other problem is another issue that we've also seen from both of the teams that we're fans of in the NFL. We are getting these plays in with not enough time to actually read a field.
Preach.
If you are snapping the huddle at 12 seconds left on a game clock, that's not giving you enough time to run motion, scan the defense, and make any adjustments you need on the field at the time to get a good playoff. Because by the time you're done with the motion, you're 6 seconds, 5 seconds.
You're at 5, and then mind you, that's not including if the center or the tackle are consistently like trying to check you into something before you even can do said motion.
Exactly.
And that's the one that gets me. Is like you're trying to make these reads, you're trying to do this, that, and the third. And I know why they do it. But one thing I've come to learn about the college and the pro game, sometimes y'all make these play calls unnecessarily long for no reason.
Not even just that. Like if you're not, if your guy doesn't understand the play call and can't repeat it back out in a good enough time, that's another problem. 2, if you're taking so long to try to give them the play, or let's say, even in Atlanta's case, Atlanta recently has been having headset issues to where quarterback's not able to even hear the play call right off the bat. So it's taking an extra 10, 15 seconds off the clock just to get the play told into the huddle.
My thing is this: I've always felt like you should have, and I know it doesn't work all the time, but more times than not, you should have 3 options. You should, when it comes to play calling, after you call a play, the very next play you should have 3 options. The option for if the play went right, an option in your head for if the play went wrong, and an option that you're always comfortable to go with regardless. Like if you can't decide between the two, you have a comfortable option you can always go back to. And you could just immediately be like, all right, hey, you know what? This is what we always do. We know we execute this well. Let's try and get it back. Because there have been times where it's just like, you have this play and you're sitting there overthinking, trying to call the right play, and you're scrambling. And in that moment, I'm like, bro, if you ain't got a play ready for the negative loss or the positive game, just immediately already have a play you know you can go to. And you like one of your bread and butter, your core plays. And get that play out quick. I don't like it. And I honestly blame a lot of this on coordinators. There's no reason, especially if the play clock starts at 25, 30, sometimes even 40, 35, 40 seconds. There's no reason it should take you half of the play clock to pick a play ready to go.
Here's my thing. And let's say play's over and you're making a substitution. Send the play in with the sub.
That part.
Send the play in with the sub, especially if you know that sub is coming out immedially after you're subbing them in immediately.
Make it like high school. Make it just like high school. Hey, you send in a sub, he got the play.
Tell him the play, send it in, have him tell the quarterback, you rerun that to everybody else, you get to the line, you run the play. There should be no reason a sub comes in and you still see a quarterback doing this, trying to hear a play call.
Because they don't know.
I would say this. We're supremely lucky at this point that this game is not in Clemson. If you're having play call problems like that, then you won't be able to hear them in Death Valley. It's not happening.
Even though Clemson is bad, Death Valley can be rocking. Now, I will say this. We might have been lucky because Clemson might have looked at UNC on the schedule and said, man, it's UNC. We ain't got to pull up. So Death Valley ain't going to be as packed as, say, when they play South Carolina. or a SEC school. You know what I mean?
I mean,
So
yeah,
that
it's still
so Death Valley might not have been as packed, but you were not lying. When Death Valley is packed, especially on we're lucky this game is at 12 too. Had this been a Saturday night prime time,
oh, bro,
woo,
bro,
woo, that would have
that
been
stadium's
popping.
packed. That stadium is packed.
But I'm gonna say this. Because we got to get to the preview and moving forward too. So our colleagues on the Clemson channel, TPC and Jordan, and I want y'all to see this. I hope y'all see this. I heard them. They said the final score. Your ESPN is going off. I don't know what you do.
It's not mine. It's that one back there.
Oh, she on fantasy.
What are you doing?
She must be making a lot of moves on fantasy.
Fantasy hockey. Okay.
What? She doing fantasy hockey.
Just know we can hear your notification.
No.
I mean, no, but still.
We just thought it was funny. I thought it was
we'll be all right. Whatever.
But they both said their final score prediction 9-6 in favor of Clemson. Mind you, Clemson has a 13-point spread on us heading into this game. So they go at 9-6 in favor of Clemson. I feel like that's respect. I feel like that's respect for us. Or they just know it's really bad.
All of that, I don't disagree. That's the saddest part about all of it. I do not disagree.
I'm going 17-14. It's still a 3-point game.
I was going 15-12.
Yeah, it's still a 3-point game. We're neither one's putting up over 20. I know that. Yeah, I'm going 17.
At the end of the day, because it's basically at the end of the day, it goes just like, and they said the same thing. If North Carolina can stop Clemson running the ball, it forces Klubnik to beat you over the top. And Dixon's going to be running with Wesco, who's their top receiver.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have to beat them on the other side of the field. And that's really it. Like it basically comes down to which team is going to force the other to outpass them, because that's how it's going to work. If either team can force the other to have to beat them through the air, normally that's going to be who's going to win this game. Because like I said, and bringing down at just key players, Adam Randall, who has been a major piece to that offense this season. Because most of the time, that team doesn't start rolling until he starts rolling.
Who, Randall?
Oh yeah, if Randall doesn't start getting going, that Clemson offense is dead. And it is a slow burn from there.
No, you're not
because
wrong.
57 carries for 339 yards, 3 touchdowns, averaging almost 6 yards a carry, 13 receptions for 81 and a touchdown.
But I mean,
2 yards per reception.
It's no different than us with Damon June, who, surprising me, has turned into the lead back.
Especially with true freshmen.
Because you and I both felt like, okay, it might have been somebody else. We were like, Damon might get some burn. He might get some burn here and there as the third back in rotation. That man has taken lead back and he running with it.
Literally.
And he run tough. He's like a power back.
So here's the funny thing about it. So the only big difference between Randall and Damon June, when it comes down to basically just how they are as running backs, is Randall has breakaway speed, where Damon June does not.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about Damon June. Like, I'll be sitting there, I'm like, yeah, boy, unhitch the trailer, kick it up,
and like I said, once again, we got to remember, as a freshman, he may find that speed in the next couple of years. He just ain't got it right now.
Hey, Bill, make him run track in college. Make him run indoor winter track.
Indoor winter track.
What? That's a thing?
I mean, I know it is. I know indoor track is a thing.
They do it in the wintertime.
I mean, yeah.
I'm about to say, like, I may not have ran track, but I do know it is a thing.
No, so I'm not saying it in the sense of you don't know what you talk about. That's not what I'm saying.
The way you say you're like indoor winter track. Oh, it sounds like you said indoor winter track. Okay.
No, it's just the way that it's set out. I'm like, huh. That's a lot of words.
I'm just saying because indoor tracks also, I've also seen meets of indoor track in the summer before.
Oh yeah, I said they run track pretty much all year long.
That's why I said winter track, because like that way he's there for spring practice, spring training. He can do in the fall, and then you want him to get some extra work. Hey, if North Carolina gets sent home early, send him to winter track. You know,
Sent home early.
I am. Look, if North Carolina does bad, we're playing in December in a random bowl game, in the Pinstripe Bowl or something.